As the country strives for a developed country status by 2030, the way in which we do business must improve. Government is leading that charge by implementing a number of projects. Already there are shorter lines at government offices, and excellent customer service is becoming the mantra of every public entity. Hello, I'm Oroya Eubanks. Thanks for joining us for today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. Between the pages, a discussion on what's been done to further improve customer service within public entities. We'll get details of a competition among state agencies and tell you how you can vote for your favorite entity. Then later, modernizing land services in the country. We'll put one agency in the spotlight. There's much to learn and know, so stay with us.
You said, sure, let me get the invitation from America.
You know a passport?
A passport is one of the most important forms.
Here at PICA, we believe in excellent customer service. So when we wanted our customers to know about us, we approached the JIS and they delivered, and we got excellent value for money. And so we encourage you to go to the JIS, a one-stop shop for media services. They have print, radio, television, and so much more.
Which government office do you visit regularly? Are you impressed with the service? If you are, nominate them for this year's Public Sector Customer Service Award. The biennial competition, which falls under the Public Sector Transformation and Modernization Program, is one of the strategies implemented by government to achieve higher levels of service delivery in public sector entities. Find out more on Issues and Answers.
Thanks for joining us for Issues and Answers. I'm Ian Boyne. There's a thrust to ensure that you get better service when you enter government offices, public sector agency offices. And today we want to talk about that thrust. We have with us the customer service manager at the National Housing Trust, Donetta Russell, as well as the modernization specialist with responsibility for customer service development in the Public Sector Modernization and Transformation Unit, Michelle Gordon-Somers. And they'll be telling us about the public sector customer service competition, an important competition which is aimed at bringing out the best in the public sector. We thank you for your company. Ladies, good to have you on the show. I want to start with you first, Michelle. Tell us about this this public sector customer service competition and the whole idea behind it.
The competition was launched in 2001. It is held every 2 years. And it is held in recognition that there are several organizations out there who are trying to raise their levels of service delivery, really working hard to please their customers. They are part of an overall public sector customer service program, and we thought that we wanted to allow members of the public to recognize these organizations where they were experiencing service excellence. And so we've been having the competition every 2 years since 2001, and we're now in its 7th staging. Yeah.
And there's one that is due this year.
Yes, we actually launched in October 2014, and we have customers busy voting, and the deadline for all votes to come in will be March 31st.
March 31st. Yeah. So members of the public would say which of the agencies they've been getting premium service from.
Exactly. We actually have nomination boxes out in organizations, so customers can vote at the organization. They can also vote online on the Cabinet Office website, which is cabinet.gov.jm.
You can vote online.
And we have a toll-free telephone line. The number is 1-888-991-2752. So in these ways, we're getting feedback from members of the public in terms
Can
of
a
their
person vote for more than one public sector agency?
Yes, they can, because we have different categories.
Yeah, different categories.
Different categories, yes. We have the best customer service entity, the most improved, and there's a category which we refer to as the best of like, best post office, best police station, best NIS. So we're trying to recognize service excellence wherever it exists across the sector.
Yeah, and this is one of the programs that the Transformation and Modernization Unit has to improve public sector customer service generally. What would be some of the other areas, just briefly?
Well, the customer service program is a standardized program. We categorize organizations based on their level of service maturity. And so we have different activities. We build capacity. We provide technical assistance. We want to make sure, as far as possible, that members of the public are being served well by government entities. We also have a customer service network where we share best practices. And we have speakers coming in as well, to share how they have approached service challenges. We also have our customer service monitoring evaluation system, where we guide organizations through structured activities. We're working towards having an overall scorecard, which will provide evidence-based information on how all government entities are performing across the sector.
Yes. Donetta, the NHT is the current champion in the public sector competition, and you're hoping to win again.
And we're hoping to win again.
What would justify that? What have you done in the past 2 years, for example?
The NHA has put in a number of initiatives within the last 2 years to ensure that we win the competition again. So let's take, for example, mobile NHT. We recognize that our contributors are all over the island and in some very rural areas. And so we have launched a mobile unit, and so our customers don't have to come to us. We're moving out to them.
Are you going to some deep rural areas?
We have been into some deep rural areas. In addition to that, we launched our online scheme selection process this year. In this way, we are now able to select applicants who are applying for an NHG housing unit. We're able to select them online. So what the application is made online, and within 7 days, we are able to tell the persons who have been selected for a unit. We're moving from probably a 6 weeks manual to 7 days. Electronic statements is something we have done since the last competition. So we have looked at, we used to print mortgage statements annually. Now we're saying to our mortgagors, you don't have to wait a whole year to get your mortgage statements. You can just give us a call, and we will email the statement to you. Okay. So we have gone electronic with that as well. In addition to that, last year, we looked back at the way we manage our customer complaints, and that's from the recognition that we may not always get it right. So we look at the way we serve our customers, and we did some improvements to our overall complaints management system, so that if we are serving you and we have not gotten it right, our posture is, let's see how we can make it better for you. Cool. So those are just some of a few of the things that we have done since the last staging of the competition.
All right, when we take after we come back from the break, we'll find out some of the things you did to win the last public sector customer service competition. Well, the competition will be run this year. The closing date for you to vote for the public sector agency that has impressed you most is March 31st. We take a break. We'll be right back.
Businessmen and women, members of the MSMEs, no longer do you have to visit several government agencies to register a company or business name. Visit the COJ. They are willing and prepared to assist you in filling out the new business registration form, more commonly known as the super form.
The overwhelming response from the majority of our customers is, why did this take so long to happen? There are persons who actually waited until January 2nd to come here to do their business because they wanted to avoid going to multiple government departments.
Click on ocrjamaica.com for more details.
Government at your service, that's what we're talking about. How government has been delivering services to you. And what do you think? Do you see an improvement in the service that government agencies, government offices are delivering? If you feel that way, there is a public sector customer service competition through which you can have your views expressed. You can big up the agency that you think has been most impressive in terms of your interaction with that agency. We have with us, speaking about this issue, Donetta Russell, Customer Care Manager at the NHT, and Michelle Gordon-Summers, who is a modernization specialist with responsibility for customer service development at the Public Sector Transformation and Modernization Division. Just to come back to you, Donetta, talk about some of the things that you had done in the previous 2 years to have justified your winning the competition, if you can remember some of those things that were the initiatives before.
Well, we are preoccupied at the NHG with a number of things.
Yes.
Making processes simpler, so process simplification. We're also preoccupied with the ease with which our customers can access our services.
Yes.
And we are also preoccupied with the use of technology. So during the last staging of the competition, we looked at our communication channels, and we were one of the first public sector entity, if not the first, to have a live chat help feature on our website. So if you're combing the website and you have any challenges at all, then you could just log in and you would be able to contact the NHG. And we have gotten quite a bit of positive feedback regarding the live help feature. In addition to that, we made some significant improvements to our contributions refund application process. And so having launched the online payment system.
A lot of people know about that.
Right, and having launched it, we refined it in a way based on customer feedback, in a way to make it simpler and easier for persons to access a refund of their contributions. We also looked at the way we process scheme loans, for example, and we launched the pre-qualification of a loan process so that you can come in, we can vet your documents, and help you, give you greater guidance along the way towards getting your NHG benefit. So it's a number of things that we have done. I'm so preoccupied with the new initiatives.
All right, I know.
Right now, but we have done quite a number of things to have
customer service is very big in the NHG culture.
There's a customer who once said it quite well. She said, "Boy, it must be in your DNA," because
a customer said that.
A customer said that to us.
That's a good
because we, in fact, every single member of the NHG, whether you work in St. Thomas or as far away as Westmoreland, we know that there is one performance indicator that ties all of us together, and that's the extent to which we satisfy our customers. And we often say to ourselves, if we are not satisfying our customers, what else?
Yes.
And so that is something.
Is there a strong training component, strong training of staff? Staff development, is that big at the NHD?
Knowledge and the courtesy side of customer service is popular and it's known, but knowledge and competency is a big part of customer service. And so training is a big aspect of what we do. In fact, every 2 years, we refer to it as maintenance customer service training. So every 2 years, every single member of staff at the NHD, from our senior management level.
Top management too?
Every member of staff is exposed to a customized training program. And I say customized because it's not an off-the-shelf program that we purchase. We look at the feedback given to us from our annual customer satisfaction survey. A team of us within the organization dissects the information and come up with a training program so that the content will seek to meet the needs of the customers based on feedback that we have gotten from them.
Michelle, finally, do you find among the public sector agencies that there is an increased awareness of and commitment to improve customer service?
Yes,
You're finding that?
There is that increased commitment. As a matter of fact, we promote that entities develop citizens charters, which is like a contract between the organization and the member of the public in terms of the standards of service that the customer can expect. And we have more and more organizations coming on board. They're willing to be more accountable, to publish their service standards, and really putting service improvement measures in place to ensure that they do provide quality service. And this is why we have continued the competition, because we think that it's worthwhile to recognize those entities who are really putting the effort out to serve the public well.
So you would encourage people to vote.
Yes. Yes.
You're encouraging people to vote.
If they go into organizations, they may see this poster up. This is a poster, which will be by the nomination boxes, inviting members of the public to vote. And you can vote for any entity at any organization. So you could go to a tax office and vote for a police station. That's quite okay.
I see. And people can vote online also.
And they can vote online, cabinet.gov.jm, or they could phone the toll-free line, 1-888-991-2752.
Good. So if you find the government agencies and departments, ministries have been improving in their service, encourage them to improve even better by voting for them in this public sector customer service competition. Ladies, thank you for being on Issues and Answers with us. Next week I'll be back. Until then, Ian Boyne wishing you a pleasant day.
Employers, tired of waiting in long lines at the tax office? Wait no further. Government is making it easier for you to pay taxes. As of January 1, 2015, file your employer's annual returns online. No lines, no hassle. Tax Administration Jamaica TAJ will be implementing the mandatory electronic filing of all employers' annual returns. So get with the program and save time and energy. For more information, call 1-888-TAX-HELP. That's 1-888-829-4357 or visit jamaicatax.gov.jm.
We're putting another outstanding public sector entity in the spotlight. The National Land Agency won the Public Sector Customer Service Competition for the 2008-2009 fiscal year. The NLA also copped the prize for the most creative or innovative entity in 2010-2011. And as you'll hear in this next feature, it has also received global recognition.
The National Land Agency, NLA, established as an executive agency in 2001, is the modern national land management entity geared towards supporting sustainable development. The NLA is a merger of the land titles, surveys and mapping, land valuation, and estate management functions. Now divisions, these four represent the core products and services offered by the agency. With the use of technology, the NLA has been able to link related functions across divisions. This was done using a software known as Momentum Registry Solutions, ARS. Prior to ARS, this had to be done manually. The software was provided by multinational mass media and information firm Thomson Reuters.
Some of the gaps that the agency identified and which the Momentum Land Registry System assisted with is moving from a manual system where everything was paper-based to this electronic system. Hence the whole benefits of working quicker, working smarter, working more effectively, and therefore ultimately, reducing your turnaround times to your customers.
Like everything else, always the personnel was very, very willing and able and helpful. But the personnel was only able to work in accordance with the system. So what now can be done in 2 days or 3 days or 24 hours used to take 2 weeks and 3 weeks and 4 weeks. The system works and a lot of money has been spent, a lot of training and a lot of effort, and the benefits are self-apparent.
As an information technology company, we have effectively a global platform, and it's a global technology platform that can be deployed around the world. But what's critical is that it's localized. And so we partner with our customers like Jamaica to really understand the local capabilities and the local workflows and the local rule of law to ensure that the technology is configured and deployed to be effective in the local operating environment.
Through this collaboration, the NLA was able to improve the level of service to the public through computerization and online access and the creation of a one-stop shopping outlet.
With the integration of Geographic Information System GIS capabilities, the system has also facilitated the implementation of an online portal which hosts two key services: iMap Jamaica, through which persons can view land parcel information, and eLand Jamaica, which allows persons to access copies of various land-related documents globally at their convenience. The main service areas that have now been enhanced through the Aumentum Registry Solutions Land Registration System are the Land Registration System, the Document Scanning System, and the Estate Management System.
The Aumentum Registry Solution, formerly called the Land Registration System, is the foundation of what we do here. Since its implementation in 2003, is a platform on which we process all transactions that come into this office. When you think of the ARS, the best analogy is that of an assembly line. It goes through various stages from the inception when the customer submits it here to completion when we return either a rejection notice or the title is properly endorsed with the transaction and returned to the customer. There are 5 main stages. The first is the assessment stage, which all transactions go through. Our officers will select the transaction type. The system generates a transaction number that is unique to that transaction. The secondary stage is the data entry stage. Now, at this stage in the process, it splits into one of 3 main sections of the land titles division. Now, once the transactions are split into one of these 3 sections and they are properly data entered on the system, it then moves on to the third stage, which is the signing stage. Here, the attorneys will ensure that each document or transaction meet the legal and procedural requirements of the Registration of Titles Act, and they will then sign the endorsement.
After the signing is done, it's on to printing, and then the land titles are dispatched.
There have been some innovations introduced, in particular an expeditious transfer system. So essentially any transaction for payments of a modest fee, you can have a turnaround within 24 hours. With respect to subdivision applications, for a relatively modest fee, you can have titles in 20 days and sometimes a lot shorter than that. And that's down from about 3 months, which it took before.
The Document Scanning and Archives Unit is an integral part of the Aumentum Registry, as this is the area where documents are digitized.
Once we digitize our documents have been made available to our customers, and from that we've been able to create new products and services. So for example, we have eLand Jamaica, in which all of our title documents, valuation rule documents, instruments and other documents are available online, and our customers can, at their own convenience, go on eLand Jamaica and get a copy of their title, for argument's sake, or a copy of the valuation rule information.
The EMS is one which would automate all our operations, all our activities that we do here, which is activities involving the Estate Management Division and the Corporate Legal Services Division. It's a workflow-based application, and it involves 42 workflows and 60 transactions. What the system allows for all the properties that we have inspected, we're now putting them into that inventory.
Efficient, user-friendly, professional. What I'm very impressed with is that if there is a query, you're able to go to the land agency and you can correct that without even leaving the office.
We have taken a lot of traffic out of our offices because of these services. Our iMap is an interactive map. You can get the street number, the street address, the valuation number, the title reference number, and if you need to see a copy of the valuation rule or the title, you can actually go to eLand Jamaica.
It's an on-spot facility. If you have a client who is sitting before you and you need to access the title, the records, to see if a caveat is on, who lodged the caveat, you can access it immediately. Anything you want on the title is readily available to you.
Since the implementation of the Aumentum Registry Solutions Land Registration System, NLA has reaped huge rewards. Turnaround time has been reduced by up to 70% in some cases, and there is now a more efficient document retrieval system.
The prospects are very encouraging because, for instance, last year they were able to produce just under 9,000 titles, and that is really a good performance if you were to measure it in percentage terms. This year is about 15% better than last year.
I think for the staff, it made it a little bit easier for them to do their work because we had a lot of the data online, so they were able to pull a lot of that data. Also, the turnaround times for the customers, you're going from weeks down to days. And so that is a benefit for any customer because once you have a turnaround time reduction, it means things like interest rates on outstanding loans are reduced.
Since the implementation of the system, not only has there been acknowledgement from customers for NLA's improvement in services, but the agency has also received several prestigious awards. In 2013, the agency was awarded the prize for the most improved customer service entity, and in 2011, they received the most creative and most innovative agency award. In 2009, they were awarded the Prime Minister's Trophy for the best customer service agency and shared the award for the best executive agency. Also in 2004, the NLA was awarded a special achievement in GIS by the Environmental Systems Research Institute's International User Conference. The most recent accomplishment is the Thomson Reuters Public Sector Champion Award.
The Public Sector Award is an annual award where we invite customers to nominate other customers or themselves that they believe warrant recognition for the work they've done. There are a number of categories, including business transformation. So in the case of the National Land Agency, the facts around reducing processing time from weeks to days is truly remarkable and impressed the nominating committee.
The ARS has significantly improved the operational efficiencies and the customer service needs offered by the NLA, and the agency now stands as a pioneering entity operating as a one-stop shop for land services in Jamaica.
This administration has pledged to develop what is called an ownership society. And in that phrase, what we want to do is to involve those who are not titled, because about 50% of the country is not titled.
This objective is fast becoming a reality due to the technological improvements of the services offered by the NLA through the implementation of the Momentum Registry Solutions land registration system.
Nicky baby, come here. You understand, so I have to send you guy your auntie so you can go to school and turn out better than me.
When I go be night time. Piggy, come finish your work.
If you or anyone you know has been a victim of human trafficking, call 811 or 1-888-PROTECT. Be wise. Open your eyes. Spot them. Stop them. A message brought to you by the National Task Force Against Trafficking in Persons.
Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Chinese philosopher Confucius. Words to consider as you get ready for another productive week. Our time is up, but the information continues to flow on our website, jis.gov.jm. You may also follow us on Twitter at JIS News. Check out our YouTube channel for more videos and programs. We'll be back on your favorite TV station tomorrow. Until then, I'm Arroyo Eubanks wishing you a wonderful Sunday.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.